Hello and welcome back. So today we've got another £500 worth of £2 coins to have a hunt through. We'll be looking for the commemoratives, the ones with more than face value, but ideally we want the one we're still after. That is Commonwealth Games Wales. A very scarce coin to find, unlikely to find it, but we've got Northern Ireland, which is the rarest. We've got Scotland and England. Again, very, very uncommon coins to find. But we are ratcheting on in the episodes, just hunting for this one last coin. We've even got the full flag Navy centenary era. We've got Shakespeare comedies. We've got the last two here. And the big question is, will we find Commonwealth Games Wales before we find the next coin gets released into circulation? I don't know. The rumour mill has been around with stories of new £2 coin going out into circulation this year. Obviously, that's been scuppered by what's been happening more recently in this year. But then again, could it come out next year? Who knows? I don't know. That's all I know. And all I know, I am far too stubborn to give up. If we were waiting just on Northern Ireland, I would potentially say, right, this is how many episodes we're going to do up till. If we don't find it, we'll start a new book, like I do with the Kew Gardens, like I did on my previous £2 coin book. But surely we want to finish Wales. Surely we want to find Wales. Let me know in the comments. Right, but with enough rambling, let's get into this bag. So then, let's see what luck the first bag brings us. I tell you what, after that little impassioned speech about whether we carry on or stop, if we find Wales in this bag, and that is the decider, and regardless, oh well, I'd be interested to know. There's a real part of me that doesn't want to give up though. That it's just like that. I have a stubborn streak in me that makes me want to keep going until I fill the book. We have got our first commemorative though. That is the Act of Union. It's a fairly common one to find. It's a cool design, but like I said, we see that in a lot of bags. This is a less common one. It's Britannia. So Britannia took over in 2015 as the definitive design, replacing the technologies that we see so often. 2015 had a fairly low mintage, so wasn't many of them released. 2016 had more, but still a desirable low amount minted of them. The other years, as far as we can tell, have been not intended for circulation. So let's see what year we've got on this one. It's a 2015. It's the rarer of the two. Very nice. That's our first prized pull. And we've got another Act of Union to finish this bag off. But no, I will take seriously your thoughts and comments on how long we carry on this book for. Because in my mind, we've got one there. Brunel's Achievements, The Archers at Paddington Station. Cool design, but very, very common. My opinion is, say I decide, right, I've had enough, we're starting a brand new book, we'll still be looking for all that content, including Wales, for another book. So, I'm torn. Wireless transmissions there. Again, a very common one. This is a very, very shiny Technologies, 2015. Pristine condition. It's just a shame it's not a Commonwealth Games. The other annoying thing is, obviously, as of recording, it hasn't happened, but it very well could have. But, we've got the Golden Guinea there. Now that's a slightly more desirable one, slightly more than face value, not worth writing home about. You're not going to be able to retire on the value of that coin, but a cool coin nonetheless. Because the bags that I look through, so when I sit down to record of a weekend, normally on a Friday or a Saturday, recording a week's worth of hunts, I have also got the coins for the live streams. So it's a 50-50 whether this bag that I'm opening now ended up on a video like this, or whether it ended up on a live stream like whatever weekend it is I'm recording this on. So if that Wales, and I know we're stuck on Scotland in the streams, so sod's law is we'll find a Scotland in this bag and we'll find a Wales in the other bag. There we go. That's a nice one. Florence Nightingale. It's a very common design, but it's one of my favourite designs, my favourite circulating £2 at least. My absolute favourite £2 coin isn't in circulation. Now that is a beauty, an absolute beauty. We are finding so many of these recently. People have said maybe the mintages are wrong. Maybe there are more of these minted than we thought, but we had no update from the Royal Mint as of yet. So my opinion is that where demand for £2 coins seems to have fallen across banks, shops and things like that, these have all been sat in cash centres or at the long store vault at the Royal Mint, and now that there's been more demand for them, they've been released into circulation. So it could be that actually there are more minted, but from 2015 I would have thought, because the Great Fire, Great Fire of London. The mintage was reduced for the Great Fire of London. That's a 2016 £2 coin. So I'd imagine if anything was to have changed in 2015, we'd have known before any changes to 2016. But that is just one person's innate ramblings on the topic. It also does beg the question, why are these 2015s? Why are we getting so many of those appearing in circulation rather than any older ones, any more recent ones? Because obviously there have been more coins released since the Navy Centenary and the Great Fire of London's 2016. That is the last one that was circulated. So I guess I'm asking is why there haven't been a massive increase in findings of World War I Centenary, the Army, the Shakespeares. Oh, actually, there has been with the comedies up north. Maybe. I don't know. They could have all just been sat at one cash centre. Oh, there's another one to start this bag off. They could have always been sat at a cash centre local to me. In the broader scheme of things, I'm not saying that there's a cash centre where I live, but whatever the cash centre that distributes to myself and others, local to me in the grand scheme of the country. Another Navy Centenary. This one is without a flag error. We'll do a side by side so you can see the difference. If we ever get focus, so you can see there's a flag on this one. It's not a CUD error. It is definitely a flag, and that one has no flag. I think the original design was to have it with a flag, which was then scrapped, but some of the dies must have made it into the process with a flag. Oh, another nice one, Robert Burns. Another one that is over face value. Lovely stuff. I tell you what, recently we have been on a hot streak with the £2 coins. The £2 hunt, we can't seem to do wrong. We've got Charles Dickens there. That's a more common one. So we do have counters tracking some of the more common designs, but also separately the Commonwealth Games as well, just to see how many we find over the course of filling a book. We've got rugby there. I tell you what, I opened a silver proof version of this recently, and I noticed some initials. I'm sure they were just about here. Oh, you can see them there. How close can we get without losing focus totally? Just in this little upright. Is it an upright? Is that what they call them in rugby? I don't know. I never noticed that on the circulating design, but I noticed it immediately on the silver proof version because the silvers, they just pop so much of the detail. But there we go. It is on the circulating coin. I think I tried to point it out on a previous £2 coin hunt, but we didn't find any rugbies for me to show you. Should we do an edge hunt? Mix up a little bit. So, standing on the shoulders of giants is the edge inscription on £2 coins with the technologies design. It's an Isaac Newton quote. Any advancement that he's made in the field of science was through standing on the shoulders of giants. I think we've just got a case of the diddlies in this bag. I think these all just going to be technologies, but I'll double check because there's been times recently, not recently but fairly recently, where I've said nope, nothing in that bag, had a quick scan through and found a Commonwealth Games. So we've got to be doubly sure. We've got the VE Day anniversary. I instantly go to call it Magnanimity now because of the live stream where I couldn't pronounce what it says on the edge inscription. Magnanimity, however you want to say it, and I'm doubting that magnanimity is the right way to say it. And obviously now I've got Paddington at St Paul's. In my mind has become Paddington at the Magnanimity. It's kind of interesting, the little quirky sort of names that other coin tubers give coins, and then the way that they sort of disseminate around the groups and everyone starts saying it. Lord Kitchener there. So Lord Kitchener, he's quite common. There is a mule one, so if it doesn't say £2 on the bottom on the obverse, this is the mule. So it says £2 there. If it didn't say £2 there, that would make it a mule, and therefore a valuable error. How valuable, I don't know. Navy Centenary again. Beautiful coin. Beautiful coin. Pop them just there. We are building up quite the armada. The Christopher Collects armada of battleships. It's a lovely coin though, to be fair. I still remember the days where I took a whole heap of flack because I was calling it the HMS Belfast, which some people I still see refer to it as HMS Belfast. Turns out it wasn't HMS Belfast. HMS Belfast was put into commission long after the First World War, so I've been told. I'm not a history buff, so don't take my word as given on this one. But the reason HMS Belfast came to mind is because when this coin was initially put into circulation, one thing they did was give them out on HMS Belfast. Which could be the derivative of why people call it the HMS Belfast, I guess. So there we go. And there's obviously the Victoria Cross, the heroic acts. I was led to believe it was called Victoria Cross, the Wounded Soldier, and was very quickly told that was very wrong and that I needed to stop calling it that. But there we go. What can you do? The People Act. It's the representation of the People Act. That's another one. But no, let me know down in the comments. Have you got your own little names for some of the coins? Have you heard other coin tubers using names for other coins that you think is funny? Let me know. I'm sure as time goes by. Oh, Trinity House there. Another very common one, but it's one of my favourite designs. Again, a very cool design that I like. I'm sure over time more names will crop up for other coins. We've got it in our own little community. It's quite closely knit as well, so what one person says, we generally all will hear it. Another rugby. Rugby can go there. Oops. Dropping coins off camera here. And it has been a long time since we found a Commonwealth Games. It'd be very, very nice. Oh, we've got Abolition of the Slave Trade here. It's a common design, but I got excited momentarily because it got caught in a different kind of light, because you can find one with a smooth finish on the inner part. That was issued only into the collector's set, not intended for circulation. So if you find one with a smooth inner part with initials just to the right and below the 7 in 1807, that's an NIFC. That's a very sought after coin. I've never found a £2 coin that's not been intended for circulation. Another Charles Dickens there. We'll get him on the counter too. But the absolute holy grail of £2 coin hunting for me personally would be finding a Frankenstein, my favourite £2 coin. I would love to find one in a hunt at some point. Let's have a look to see what we can spot on the edge. We're not pulling much out of these edge hunts, are we? I think we've got a case of the diddlies again. Outrageous, unbelievable. Nil, nada. We'll do one more edge hunt. I know it's not everyone's favourite, but I think it's good fun. Ooh, crash bang wallet. Right then, what can we see? What's that? What's on there? The Sure Shield of Britain will be a Navy centenary. Beauty. Absolutely lovely coin. Takes us up to 4 of them. We found something on an edge inscription as well. I can't see anything else. Oh, hang on. What's this one at the bottom? Maria? What? Maria? Dicho? Quarter... I have no idea. Fourth knot. Maria. Oh, your dingo. It'll be a Britannia, right? It'll be a Britannia, right? There we go. I think it's Latin. I have no idea what it says, or how you pronounce it, or what it means, but I remember that bit that said Yodingo. Let's see what year we got. Another 2015. Wowee. I was trying to read it on a live stream once. This bit, Maria Yodingo. That's the way I read it, and that's how it was stuck in my mind. There we go. Well, we got 2 from an edge hunt there. I don't think there was anything else. But I like doing the edge hunts because it's slowly helping me learn them. I couldn't recite them all offhand, but I could have if you give me an edge inscription, I could have a good punt at what it might be. We have got wireless transmission again, very, very common. And we've got the Hollow Crown, Shakespeare's Histories, a lovely coin, a lovely set, all three of the Shakespeares to be fair. It's a shame it's not a comedies. We don't find many comedies down south, unfortunately. Got a couple more bags to get through. Oh dear, there's a bit of green on that coin, not good. Sometimes I keep them for my oddities. Something about that maybe looked at. I think that was a bit odd. Oh, it is something as well. Brunel's Portrait, one in the two set. Two set? Is it two coin set? You've got Brunel's Portrait, Brunel's Achievements. 2 Brunels to find in your change. Both fairly common though. Proving a point, there's a second Brunel's Portrait. Right then, penultimate bag. Let's see what wonders we can get from the penultimate bag. We have had a lot of very good coins already though. Another Florence Nightingale, very cool. Very cool indeed. You never know what might be lurking in the last bag. The amount of times we've had OK Hunt and a coin in the last bag. Something sounds a bit odd in there, doesn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if we find a fake one in here. We'll be careful and have a look then. But for those of you that have watched this far into the video, you may... There it is. What do we think? It feels a bit... It definitely sounds a bit odd, but I think it's slightly bent. I think the coin has been slightly misshapen, and that's causing it to make a funny noise, rather than it being a fake, because this inscription looks alright. Hologram in the middle. Looks passable. Detailing on the Queen's head looks fine. It's not struck off centre or rotated. Edge inscription looks fine. Bizarre. That definitely sounds different though. Sound of that compared to... It's not in my head, is it? Yeah, it definitely has a higher ring to it. But there we go. That's our potential fake. For those of you that have been watching this far and have watched me just rattle a coin around in my hands for 2 or 3 minutes, a massive thank you. You might be interested to know I have a Discord server. If you're over the age of 13, you can come and join that. The link is down in the description. You can also catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and there's the PO box you can write into as well. But 4 Navy centenaries is pretty exceptional going. I am, however, going to give Star Find to these 2 2015 Britannias. I think the Navy centenaries have had their day. They've been the star pull for weeks and weeks and weeks and worth of videos. Let's have some love for the 2015 Britannia. Lovely sought after coin. Find 2 of them. Of the Yodingo coin is fantastic. Well, as ever, all that leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.